So the other aspect of getting your tools together, in addition to the little pawn shop video I did a little while ago, is over here at a Harbor Freight store. You know, you can do the same thing at Sears. But let's assume you don't have access to normal credit. Because Harbor Freight doesn't have their own credit card, Sears does. And it's one of the big advantages of Sears, but here at Harbor Freight, the prices on the tools are lower, and the quality has been going up over the years, along with the pricing. And with stuff like these little jigsaws, you can see that there's a progression in price and quality and features, even within the same brand. Generally speaking, I'm not a big fan of their cordless, although I've heard they've been getting better. But their plug-in-the-wall stuff is okay. It's not wonderful, but it's okay. And they've got some full-featured ones now, where they're okay. They get the job done, they make you money, and anything beyond, like that 9-inch grinder, I understand is pretty powerful, and I've got a 7-inch. When you talk about the consumables like drill bits and stuff, it's far more important to be completely equipped than it is to have the absolute best quality. So if you can get good deals on quality tools, great, go ahead. You know, but it is far more important to be fully equipped than it is to have the best quality. The other thing that you're running into is that Harbor Freight's actually been stepping up their quality over the years. So in getting your equipment together here, if you shop the sales, you can do okay. But the idea is to get going and get working and make your own money and be able to show up to a job site with your own equipment. And you know, I wouldn't turn my nose up too much at what's Chinese made, because a hell of a lot of stuff is Chinese made these days. But one thing to look at is if you expect to show your face on union job sites, you really want to progress toward American made tools.
Thank you.
Okay. But on, you know, regular stuff, get things done type stuff, it gets things done. I mean, you know, anything that doesn't have moving parts from here is going to be as good as anything else out there. And electrical stuff is okay, the air stuff is okay. Anything without moving parts, I'd say you're 100% fine shopping here, unless you've got a fetish for American-made stuff, or you're stepping onto union job sites where, yeah, they do check for those types of things. And that, you know, might be where you need to have, let's say, the $50 death stick hammer instead of one of these, even though these are just fine, okay? And in a reverse apprenticeship, where I talk about, you know, you're hiring people who may not have equipment, but are skilled, that's you calling the shots on that. So I've gotten a few of these hickory handled hammers here. They're just fine, okay? So if you're talking about loaner tools for those types of situations, I would rather go with newer tools that are obtained here than older tools where there's any question about their tool performance or safety. I want absolutely no question about performance or safety. I'd rather get newer tools for that, and it's not very expensive to do that. Don't get your ego wrapped up in $50 hammers unless you're fully equipped and you're deciding to go for a little bit of status with your equipment. If you're doing workshop related stuff, again, critically important to have the workshop complete and functional, because there's a lot of guys doing independent auto repair now. It's critically important to have your workshop complete and functional than it is to have the very best of something. So keep that in mind.